Anyways, so I was in the psychology class, and what's interesting to know about the psychology class was that it was a feminist classroom. Not that it was like the study of like the psychology of feminism, but it was, the instructor was a very vigilant and open feminist. She, on the first day of school, actually, we were going over the syllabus, and she said that, so first things first, this class is an LGBT safe zone. And this was actually pretty reasonable because she worded it in a way of like, you can have disagreements with each other and not understand what it means to be gay or what it means to be trans, but just don't disrespect each other. So I think that was reasonable. And this is a women, not a women, she said, this is a safe zone to discuss women's issues because I am a feminist. And I hope that everyone in this room is a feminist. And then she looked around the room and kind of gave everyone like the side eye, like in a playful way. But at the same time, it was kind of like, okay, I understand that, but you're sort of alienating people who might not subscribe to feminist ideology. So that was a little bit weird for me. But at the time, this was like a year and a half ago, I didn't identify as an anti-feminist, an MRA, anything like that. I just was going with the flow. Didn't know a ton about feminist ideology. So pretty much all the time in this class, she would find some way to work in what we were learning about in terms of psychology to a women's issue. If we were talking about the communication styles, if we were talking about communication styles, she would talk about the styles of women and men and how men's communication style is less productive, less effective, etc. So I thought that was kind of like, again, this is before I, as some say, took the red pill, but it still was kind of weird to me. Long story short, someone was doing a presentation about domestic violence. And in this presentation, they talked about, the entire presentation was gynocentric. It was talking about women as victims of domestic violence. There was really no talk of men. I think she included like one statistic about men, but I don't think it was a legit statistic or a valid one. And once this started going, people in the class were talking about their own experiences with domestic violence, whether it was something they went through themselves, their family, their parents, their mom, whatever. And it's super, like, even weird to think back because, like, this is a college setting and, like, people in this class were crying, talking about their stories. And I understand that they're powerful stories and they're emotional stories, but I was like, okay, why are we all, like, crying in class? I don't get it. People were, like, walking out. People were so upset they couldn't listen to it. And it wasn't me. I was actually, like, sort of, it sounds bad, but I was sort of, like, when I'm in awkward situations, I tend to laugh, and it's horrible because, like, I don't think it's funny. Like, this girl was talking about, like, how her boyfriend slapped her, and, like, that's horrible. And I wasn't laughing because it was funny, but I was laughing because I didn't know how to react, so I was kind of, like, hiding my head and pretending like I was upset, but I was actually laughing. But anyways, so all these girls are telling their stories. Everyone's emotional. Everyone's crying. The teacher's crying. The teacher is, encouraging the discussion, which is fine. Oh, girl, what am I doing? So anyways, it comes around to one male student's chance to talk. And he was like the last person that talked. I'm only guessing this is because this is something that's a little harder for males to talk about. So his personal story, he was probably weighing in his mind, like, should I talk about it? Should I not? He tells a story, and I don't remember exactly what his situation was, but basically his situation was worse than any girls in this class who talked about how their boyfriend used to verbally abuse them or used to hit them or used to grab them, whatever. This guy said, my ex-girlfriend used to leave me with scratches, bruises, blood, cuts, like, used to really abuse me. So that's horrible, right? Shocking, right? Horrible. But as soon as he started talking and he said that he had a girlfriend who used to abuse him, everyone in the class started laughing.